What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy. Let us pray. You guys are having a blessed and prosperous day, man. Before I get started, smash that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell. Just boop. You can catch these videos, man, as soon as they drop for your boy. Oh, let me get it. Okay, as you see, I got my tank top on because it is burning up. Okay, California got a heat wave going on. We've got 90 plus degrees today. We've got no AC, y'all. These homes were not built for these type of weather conditions. They were built back in the 60s and 70s, and it never got this hot back then. So yeah, toughing it out, man. Got 2 fans going. About to get up on about 3 bottled waters after this, and maybe a popsicle, and try to cool off. So I'm doing this video and uncomfortable conditions, but I wanted to do this because you know what time it is. I got to do the reaction to The Last Dance. Got to do the reaction, man, to that episode, that series that's been buzzing pretty much all of about 3/4 of quarantine. Last Dance, and obviously surrounding the GOAT, the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. A lot of people coming out saying, oh man, Jordan was a bad teammate, Jordan was this, Jordan was that, he shouldn't have told personal business about Horace Grant, Scottie Pippen, he treated Scott Burrell wrong, I don't like the way he talked to Steve Kerr, I don't like how he treated B.J. Armstrong. I don't like what he told about Craig Hodges. Nah. You don't get called the GOAT for being the nicest player or person that ever lived, okay? That ain't the definition of the GOAT. The GOAT is greatest of all times, okay? Let's look at some of the circumstances surrounding that Bulls team. First of all, you had Michael Jordan, when they were championship contenders anyway, Scottie Pippen, and the others. I'll call them that, okay? Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and the others. Horace Grant was a big part of that first team. I don't ever want to minimize what he did in the first 3 championships for the Bulls. He was definitely a key contributor. But it was pretty much Jordan, Pippen, and the others. But Grant had to step up and play a huge role, and he did that. It was very tough. It was very physical back then in the early 90s. You had to have heart, man. Them dudes was taking shots at you every time you came to the hole. Like, you knew you were gonna get fouled, you were gonna get put on your back. You get slapped in your head, in your face. You're going to get elbowed multiple times. And it's only 1 foul. Call that the Jordan rules. That's what the Detroit Pistons live by, the Jordan rules. Everybody collapse on Michael. We all going to hit him about 4 or 5 elbows. You hit him with your arm. I hit him with my elbow. I got him in the back. You get him in the shoulder. You get him in the stomach, and it's only going to be 1 foul. They can only call 1 foul. They can't call foul on all of us. So we're going to get 5 hits in. We're going to get 5 hits in, but it's only going to be 1 foul. And they systematically broke Jordan down, actually. First few times facing him in the playoffs. Using those type of rules. And Jordan had to really rely on his teammates. Had to trust his teammates. He had to use the triangle. He had to pass that ball sometimes when he normally would try to, take those shots, take over those portions of the game. He had to use his team. That's one thing that was great about the Bulls. Yes, Jordan was the man. He was the GOAT. He's the go-to man. The ball's going to be in his hands at the end of the game. Yes, but he was not afraid to pass that ball once he realized he needed his team to defeat these guys like the Pistons, like the Knicks, And later on, when they get to the finals, like the Lakers, like the Blazers, the Suns, Utah Jazz, and the Supersonics, okay? Jordan routinely found an open man for game-winning shots. John Paxson versus Phoenix to win the title, game-winning shot. Steve Kerr hit some huge shots in the finals. Pippen made some big plays. I mean, it can go on and on and on. B.J. Armstrong made big plays in, some of the first two championships. So Jordan definitely trusted his team, but he wasn't the nicest guy in the world. He wasn't the nicest guy in the NBA. He wasn't the nicest guy on his team. He wasn't there to be a nice guy. He was there to win. And win he did. When you put it in perspective, okay? This man lost his father. Walked away from the game of basketball. Won 3 titles in a row. Went to play another professional sport for about a year and a half. Came back to the game he loved. Had to knock off the rust throughout that first half of season. Then came back. Won 3 more in a row. Got bigger, got stronger. Realized that his athleticism wasn't quite where it was. And he perfected the fadeaway. Everybody knows the Jordan fadeaway. If you don't know the Jordan fadeaway, you need to go Google it now. Matter of fact, I'm going to put that down in a link below. The Jordan fadeaway. For you kids that keep saying that LeBron is the greatest. I'm going to put this Jordan fadeaway in the link below. I want you to watch this. This man was art. He was art. To watch Jordan do that fadeaway, it was art. And he had so many counters and maneuvers off of that fadeaway. He could hit you with the quick spin to the baseline, dunk on you because you thought the fadeaway was coming. Then he could hit you the left shoulder shake, right, back to the left shoulder fadeaway. Then he could hit you reverse, right, left, right, back to the right shoulder fadeaway. Then he could hit you with the right, left, right, come back to the right shoulder, pump fake, step through, layup. And he could do that for the other side too. Boom, boom, boom. Left shoulder, pump fake, step through, layup. He could do so many things off of that fadeaway. Once he perfected it, everybody knew it was coming. Everybody knew it was coming. But you couldn't stop it. I was a huge Jordan fan growing up, man. It was a pleasure to watch him go to work, watch him win all those championships, man. The way he played, his ferocity, his competitiveness, his will to win. He refused to lose, man. And I think you saw that in this documentary. This documentary showed that. Why he's the greatest. Mentally. He won the games mentally. He didn't win with all physical. Okay? Mentally, he was stronger than everybody else. He had to make his teammates mentally strong. So when he went at them in practice, when he talked crap to them, when he talked trash to them, he was building up their mental game as much as he was their physical game. He had to build up the mental game, because if you couldn't handle Jordan talking crap to you in practice, what you gonna do when Dennis Rodman come along, John Sally, Isaiah Thomas, Mark Aguirre, Vinnie Johnson, all on the characters, Bill Laimbeer? What you gonna do when they come on the court and really trying to break you in half? What you gonna do then? If you can't take Jordan trash talking to you in practice, what you gonna do then? And they trying to knock you on your back every time you get the ball and drive to the basket. So Jordan was he was the master of the physical, mental. He was the master of the mental, being mentally strong. Okay, he had all the athleticism, had all the talent. He could jump out the gym, but he worked on his craft. People say that Oh, he stayed out all night. He smoked cigars all the time. He did this. He ate pizza. He got the flu because he ate pizza. Who eats pizza the night before a game? I don't care what that man ate. I don't care if he ate raw sushi. Raw sushi. Sushi is, well, no, there's different types of sushi. I found that out. I don't care if he ate raw fish, snails, octopus. I don't care what he ate. He came out there and he put on a show the next morning, the next day, the next night. He did what he had to do, man. I'm just a huge Jordan fan, so you can't tell me this man's not the greatest. You can't tell me that LeBron even remotely stacks up to Jordan. LeBron might have the numbers for points and all that type of stuff, assists, that's great. But when you look at the two, how they carried themselves, how they played this game, the competitive spirit that Jordan had. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a great player in his own right, but he does not have the same competitive fire that Jordan had. It's just not. It's not even close, man. It's not even close. And I'm not going to get into bashing LeBron. This is not about bashing LeBron, but I'm just talking positive about Jordan. But that's the one guy people want to compare Jordan to all the time, right? God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant. I think Kobe Bryant was the closest thing there was to Jordan, in my opinion. Kobe Bryant, matter of fact, Kobe even said on the documentary, if it wasn't for Jordan, there would be no Kobe, because Kobe emulated his game after Jordan, and then he tried to build upon it. You know, he had a better three-point shooting shot than Jordan. He had more consistent shot. He shoot from longer range. You know what I'm saying? Kobe had his own issues and things that he went through. But if it weren't for Jordan, there wouldn't have been no Kobe. You know what I'm saying? So I was very pleased with the documentary. I was loving every minute of it. I hope they do another one next year. They should have a Jordan documentary every year, man. I mean, he deserves it. Guy was amazing. If you haven't seen his games, I urge you to go back and watch some of his best games. You know, they have the highlight reels and all that, but you got to see the whole games. You know what I'm saying? Just don't watch the highlights. See the game. Look at the flow of the game. Look at how he took over the game. How he used his teammates. How he set up his moves from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. How he made all his moves look similar. How he paralleled them. Right, left, fade away. It was just amazing to watch. It was amazing to watch Jordan go to work. It was amazing to watch the Bulls in that run win three-peat, year off, then three-peat again. And it's sad, Jerry Krause and Jerry Reinsdorf, those clowns, decided that they didn't want to re-sign Phil Jackson because they felt like they wanted to have the credit for putting together this championship unit, and they didn't want Phil Jackson to be taking the credit. They didn't want the players to get all the credit. They felt like they could build their own championship roster. Clowns. Straight clowns. You guys haven't played. You guys ain't bounced one ball. You guys ain't look like you ain't been on the treadmill ever in life. I don't even know if you did PE back in the day. I mean, let me stop. Jerry Reinsdorf, Jerry Krause, you guys should be ashamed of yourself. Breaking up one of the greatest dynasties of all times, which was those Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls. You should kick yourself every night. I'm sure you have nightmares. Because nobody is praising you. Nobody is complimenting you for breaking up. For breaking up Jordan's Bulls. Nobody's complimenting you for that, bruh. Because in the end, nobody remembers the GM. Nobody remembers the GM. You didn't go out there and get buckets. You didn't go out there and win MVPs. You didn't go out there and win Finals MVP. All defensive team. First team all defense. First team all offense. First team all NBA. Where were your name at? Just saying, Jerry Reinsdorf. Just saying, Jerry Krause. If you guys would have been more humble, I think Jordan could have won. Man, could have won at least 7 or 8. At least. Could have retooled, put some more youngsters around him. Could have won at least 7 or 8, man, but we'll never know. So, it's your boy Let Us Pray, man, with that Last Dance series talk. Some thoughts, from the Last Dance. The flu game. People talk about the flu game. Jordan was lying. He didn't get food poisoning. Even the guy who said he made the pizza came out and said Jordan was lying. Why would he lie about that? I remember watching that game. You could visibly see Jordan was sick. Even if it wasn't the pizza, whatever it was, he was sick. The dude looked lethargic. It looked like he was dragging his body all over the place, all up and down the court that night. He had no energy, but he still found a way to put the ball in the bucket. And especially that last bucket he had, it was like he just gave his last burst of energy, and then he just collapsed on Scottie Pippen. Man, whoo! That bring tears to your eyes, boy. Bring tears to my eyes to see my man Mike sick like that, still out there getting buckets. Bring tears to my eyes. Grown man tears. Jordan he was just special, man. He was special. All those Bulls teams were special. I am certainly glad I grew up in that era. Was able to see those games live, man. And like I say, I urge you to go find some of Jordan's best games and watch those, man. Last Dance. Those are my thoughts. That's my commentary. Maybe I'll come back and do a little more later. But it's extremely hot in this room, and I need to start hydrating. It's extremely hot in this room right now, man. That's why I got this tank top. I wasn't even going to do this episode, but I had to grab a tank top. I'm like, man, let me put on my Bulls jersey. So, smash the like for your boy. I appreciate it. Let me know who the GOAT is in the NBA. Maybe you think LeBron's the GOAT. Maybe you don't think Jordan's the GOAT. We can have friendly commentary. We can agree to disagree. I ain't gonna roast you or anything like that. Maybe you didn't like the series at all. Maybe you thought, they focused too much on Jordan. Maybe you thought it viewed Jordan in a negative light. A lot of people had some interesting takes on it. That's just my take. I enjoyed all of it. Anything to do with Michael Jordan, man, I'm gonna see it as a positive. Because, like I said, man, he deserves more publicity. I know he doesn't really want to be that guy, in the camera. He had his time, and he kind of rather just like lay back. He's got remarried and everything, and kind of be on the, the back burner, behind the scenes. And I totally understand that. I get that, man. So shout out to Mike, MJ. It's your boy. Let Us Pray, man. I hope you have a blessed and prosperous day. Man, if you could share this, if Michael Jordan can see this, man, I just want to say, man, you were my idol growing up. I wanted to be just like you, man. And, obviously it didn't work out. But, God has me where he has me, man. But I love you, man. Wish all the best for you and your new wife. By the way, she is beautiful. And congratulations on your little baby that you had. So, shout out to Mike. Shout out to Michael Jordan, man. I didn't even get talking about the shoes, his impact on the shoe game. So maybe I'll do a video on, Jordan's impact on the shoe game. But that's just a whole different. Shoe game could be an hour-long episode, but this one's almost 20, and it shouldn't even be this long. So I'm gonna go now. It's your boy, Let Us Pray. Peace, and I'm out.